Welcome back to The Takeout. New York Attorney General Letitia James has called the federal charges leveled against her baseless. Virginia grand jury Thursday indicted her on one count of bank fraud, one count of making false statements to a financial institution. James's first court appearance is scheduled for October 24th. CBS News Justice reporter Jake Rosen joins me now. Jake, briefly outline the charges.
Well, in making a mortgage loan application and buying a house in Norfolk, Virginia, Letitia James allegedly, according to this complaint filed yesterday and secured by Lindsay Halligan, that controversial Trump appointee who has put in this to get an indictment against James Comey, she's continued the work she can do in Virginia is that Letitia James said that she was buying a house for a primary purpose, when in reality, the Department of Justice is alleging she used it as a rental property. Now, in buying it as a property for herself, allegedly, that allowed her to get a better interest rate. It's about $18,900, which is minimal in the scheme of potential fraud, right? That the Department of Justice alleges she was able to essentially make from or successfully get from this deal in terms of saving money versus the loan she potentially should have gotten if she had actually put the correct information. Obviously, that's also lying to the bank because you allegedly did this wrong. Abby Lowell, her attorney back months ago, actually wrote a letter detailing why the Department of Justice was wrong. And Bill Pulte, the person who runs some housing mechanism in the government, who's pointed to a lot of the Trump foes, basically going line by line through the criminal complaint or criminal referral, I should say, of why this was wrong. So we'll see how this plays out in court.
Letitia James posted something about this yesterday. Let's watch it.
This is nothing more than a continuation of the president's desperate weaponization of our justice system. He is forcing federal law enforcement agencies to do his bidding.
My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump, but we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees.
Put those two things together. The back when James Comey, the former FBI director, also referring to the indictment. You mentioned Lindsay Halligan. As I understand it, she was responsible for bringing this before the grand jury.
Single-handedly.
And also wrote the press release or something?
Yes, and because of the government shutdown that's been impacting so much of the Department of Justice's civil work, well, a lot of those press people, they are on furlough right now, and they're not able to work in the traditional ways that they would work to put this out in a more public-facing way with a career public press official. And our CBS News reporting does show that she brought this by herself. Certainly, she brought the James Comey indictment by herself as well, as she's kind of been left out in the ether a little bit, out from Department of Justice Maine, and bringing these knowing how A, controversial they are, and B, knowing how many legal challenges this is going to face going forward in both of these cases.
And those representing the two accused have said because the president posted on social media about it, there looks to be a cause and effect. Jake Rosen, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.